the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War, and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafra War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 Onyeibe is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 Onyeibe is another Savior. Holy, 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 Onyeibe is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Iyamadika yabika kokwana no. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing, holy, 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 Namdekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Namdekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Namdekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Namdekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Namdekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 special dedication to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafra War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 Onyeibe is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 Onyeibe is another Savior. Holy, 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 Onyeibe is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Iyamadika yabika kokwana no. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing, holy, 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 Namdekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Namdekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Namdekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Namdekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Namdekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Namdekano is another Savior.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. Of course, this is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra. His name is Mazi Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. He is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And of course, I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind those words, but one day we shall. Mazi Mefo is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nandi Okukano, the Prince of Afari Beku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 6 decades now. He is from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. He's the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television. Like I said, all Biafrans from Igala to Iduma to Iyala to Bubura to Tinapa to Ugeb, all the way to Andoni, Ogoni, Opobo, Wakreke, down to Ikwere, Bayelsa, Biama, Patani, Urubu, Ishekiri, Uli, Abraka, Abo, Kwani, Anyocha, Osimilindu, Kwa from Benue State, Edus in Delta State, Biafrans in Edo State, all the way from Enugu, Ebonyi to Abia State. If you are a Biafran, your mother tied to rapper, one man commander, loyalty, as simple as that. Of course, this is not an issue. We are here to debate. You tell us where you come from, then we test your popularity. But having said so, I am George Onyeibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. Of course, we will not proceed until we acknowledge the Creator. We call him Chukwukika Abiyama. He is the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. Our help do not come from the heavens. Our help do not come from the hills. Our help do not come from the mountain, but it comes from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. It's the lifting up of our head, I must remind us, our guide in matter both great and small. He is our wisdom, the very primordial influence that drives us in everything we do. And so I humble myself before him as always. And tonight I said, Anyị na-aja gị mma maka n'eziokwu na mara mma ịhụnanya anyị na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadio inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dịghị onye dịka gị ịbụ Alpha na Omega anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o. You see, once again, I welcome you to this segment, and I would remind us that on this segment, we will not be looking critically into usual segment, which is back to your root. But I'm here in the studio with Biafrans from across the globe to discuss matters of utmost importance as it concerns us as a people. And then I will not go further until I allow them to introduce themselves, because there are issues regarding us as a people that we really need to address. And while we have this discussion with my panelists, I want you to understand, in every case, somebody must win. And as far as the world system is concerned, who win, because you are right, does not mean that the justice system will give you justice. And that is why there is room to make appeal. And while we are brainstorming on what to do next, while our leader is doing what is necessary to be done, it is very important that we reset our mind. We change our orientation, having been tutored by the Nigerian state. It's a miracle that we are awake today. And having said so, you may not like what we will say here, what we will do here, but we must tell you as Biafran, we owe nobody any apology. For as far as we can remember, our father has suffered from one stage or the other, but some things are wrong and we need to address it openly and wholeheartedly, irrespective of whose fault is God. But have it at the back of your mind, we do not hate anybody. We don't hate anybody. But if you are enemy of Biafra, if you are part of those people who think you will emasculate us, you will kill us and go away with it, I must say you are hallucinating, and with cruel hatred, we hate you. Biafrans across the globe must understand where we are coming from in order to be able to appreciate where we are going to. Having said that, I will be joining my brothers in the studio, and I will allow them to introduce themselves, and that is if they can hear me very well. Panelists on the studio, can you hear me, please?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
That is wonderful.
I hear you, Mazi.
That is wonderful that I have your attention, so I will want you to, one after the other, starting from Brother Armstrong, let's introduce ourselves. So Biafrans across the globe will know the people who are actually addressing them tonight. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much, Mazi George Onyeibe. It's a great honor to be on the show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night from Armstrong Omeja, calling from Australia. I am a Biafran from the present-day Edo State, and it's a great honor to be here on this show. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, Mazi. Yes, the next person, please.
Okay, let me go ahead. My name is Nelson Tukora. I'm a Biafran from the present-day Delta State. To be precise, I'm from Ojumodi, Ogula, and Ezombrutu. I am an Ezo man. I live in the UK at the moment, but I will be very, very happy and grateful to announce myself as a full Biafran, and I welcome you all to the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. You're welcome.
Yeah, Mazi, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mazi, good evening from here. We have fans all over the world. Good evening once again. My name's Okay Foreign OC. Okay Foreign OC is from Omaka. Omaka is in Ndaba. Ndaba is in our province of Biafra land. We are blessed this night to be with us. Remember to.
Yes, Mazi. Okay, Foreign, you're welcome to this segment. Yes, sir, the next person, please.
Yeah, good evening, fellow Biafrans. From here, my name is Obi Manuel Chibike. I'm from Mwidi, which is in the under Olu province, Biafra land. With the authority and permission of my national coordinator here, Mazi Onyeibe, I stand here to be among the panelists from the state of Israel. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mazi Chibike. And then the last person, please, on this introduction list.
Yeah, good evening from here. I am Rabbi Charles. I'm from the present-day Anambra State. I'm residing in United Kingdom. I greet all of you, Biafrans, friends of Biafrans, and lovers of freedom, and the host, Mazi Onyeibe. I salute you.
Thank you very much, gentleman. I must tell you, distinguished gentleman. Yes, you are welcome this evening, and tonight we are going to look at, we're going to have a discussion regarding certain questions I will be asking all of you to enable Biafrans across the globe understand most of the important issues that regard this study, as well as the indigenous people of Biafra, considering what we are going through in the Nigerian state. And my first question will be going to Mazi Armstrong Meji, or rather, the first question should be going to Mazi Chibike from Israel. And that question goes this way. Mazi Chibike, why is it important for the new generation of Biafrans to narrate the story of the Biafran genocide war as was told by our parents? Why is it important for the new generation to be able to understand every story we call, let's say it's a story, the experience of our ancestors, our fathers, during the Biafran genocidal war, as our parents told us?
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi. The question is clear and the answers are very numerous. First of all, let us do some analysis here. It is on record that the war was fought 50 years ago. And if you check from 50 years ago, those that were born during the war, like our leader, Mazi Nandekalo, like my brother here on the panel, Mazi Okeforinosiwu, if you calculate it from that time to now, at least it must have been above 50 or 51 or 52. Then when you check it, those people, those our fathers that fought the war, they are more than 50, 60 or 70 years now. So by this, in the next 60 years, in the coming 60 years, most of those people that experienced the war, both those ones that are born during the war, they might not be with us in the next 60 or 70 years now. So it is very, very important that we and our future generation, the younger ones now, we start learning from their experience and tell the story before them, so that wherever they are, wherever those veterans are, they will be hearing their children telling this story. They will be confirming whether this story their children is telling is the truth, whether they have mistakes on that story. It is from that aspect that they will be sure that when they are gone, when they are no more here, that this story will be passed down to the future generation. Here it will be on record that there are so many things that has gone unrecorded that we are yet to know till now. Take for instance the Aba Women Massacre that happens by November 1929. About 50 Biafran women were mowed down. But this story we are not told. Although it might be told, but those people the story were told to did not narrate this story when those people that experienced those things were still alive. And they failed to narrate this story so that corrections will be made. It is very important that today we don't know the names of those women that were killed. We hear about Women Massacre, but we don't know the names of those people. But those people have family, they have children, but their names are gone now.
Point of correction, my brother. It's not about Women Massacre. And you said it's about women riot. They say it's about women riot. And if you say it's about women massacre, and we take what they said, it looks like those mothers must have been very troublesome. I'm just trying to clear some issues because of our listener. It's supposed to be called about women protest. And then one will begin to ask, why are they protesting? Something must have been wrong. But they changed the narrative by saying it is riot. Our mothers are not wayward and as such cannot riot. And we know they were massacred. Why did they massacre them? Yeah, that is just what I want to say for record purposes. Go ahead and sorry for interrupting you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. That's why I want to put the narrative direct, because they call it riot, but we know that it's massacre. They massacred them. So according to what I was saying, those stories were not, though they tell the story, but the future generation then, they tell the story, they not rehearse the story to them. Another issue is about the Eva Valley. They call it the coal mine in Enugu. Those people in November 18, 1949, they killed them. And today, one day you are doing a program on Radio Biafra Esther. You say that we don't know their names, but we hear about them. Those stories were not rehearsed by the future generation, so that today the story, we might have known their name today, but those things, they swept it under the carpet and nobody knows about it. We know when we are growing up, when our parents, those old ones, they come to our house when I was in the primary school, they come and say, my pikin, write a letter for me for my child in Lagos or somewhere in the city. After writing the letter, they will tell you to read the letter before them. After you read the letter, they will make correction. They say, no, this is not what I tell you to write. Write it this way. You will write it again. They will ask you to read it again. So when you are rehearsing it, they will be hearing what you write and correct you. These are the things we need to start doing now, so that our parents who are at home, my father who is beside his radio in our village now is listening to my voice. We know the narrative we are keeping now. After the program, he might come here and say, this you say is not the way it is. Look at the way it was. Mazi, if Zik, who is 7 years old, Awolo, who is 5 years old, and Ahmadu Bello, who is 3 years old, can sign amalgamation of Nigeria as they tell us, why can't we, the new generation, the younger ones, the Kalatobos, when we say Kalatobo, it means in a job, small pikin. Why can't we tell this story? So people might be saying, castigating Mazi Onyeibe, why do you want to discuss about the war? And you call all these small children to discuss about the war. It's not all about small children. We want to tell this story by ourselves to assure our parents that when they are no more, that we will hand down this story to our future generation. Something happened when Mazi Nandekalu went to USA. At the USA gathering, a veteran was very happy. He poured out his heart. He said that he's happy that when he's going out from here, that he's happy that knowing that some people understand what they pass through. He's not saying that when he's leaving that arena to his house. He said when he's leaving this earth, that he's living as a happy man, that a son has come who understand the pain they went through. In those days, in some days, years ago, they are not able to tell this story. They are feeling pains. They are feeling that they have been conquered. They are not proud to tell this story. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come and assure them that they are not conquered, that they fought a good fight to preserve our land. Now they have begun to say, come out to tell us the story. It's left for us from now to some future decades to tell this story before them, so that they will correct us, so that we will hand over this story to our future generation. So it's very, very important that we start telling this story now. It is never now or never. We remember the fairy tales in the village when our parents tell us how info. They will like to ask us questions from the fairy tales. We will tell them how we understand it, and they will appreciate us. So it's time for them to appreciate us. It is now or never. So we have to start from now to tell the story while they're still here with us. Thank you very much, Mazi.
Yes, thank you, my brother. And of course, other panelists are free to make in their own contribution. Of any moment from now, I will let our line open so that our people can call in and ask questions when necessary. You see, before I respond from other panelists regarding this very question, the need why it is important that we tell our children everything they need to know about this Nigerian genocidal war. They call it Biafra war. They make it as if Biafra went to fight them in their own land, but they brought the war upon us. I remember about 2 years ago, our sister Nayanya actually directed me to go around Biafra land and get information from our mothers across every community, every state in Biafra land. Get this information from the people who witnessed this war. I was not born then. And believe me, in some of the places we went to, it's amazing. I remember visiting an island in Bayelsa and getting there, the elderly women who saw the war, when they knew that we were Biafrans, were very angry. They were very angry. They would not listen to us. It's just that one of those women's son was the one that brought us. And it was like telling their mother, come down and hear from these people. And we asked these old women to tell us their experience. And one of them, while she was saying it, was weeping. He said during the war that Biafran soldier came to their village, raped everybody. And I was not happy. And you know, when they say Biafran soldier came raping their people, it's just like Igbo man came to Bayelsa and raped all Bayelsa women. This thing I'm saying is still in the heart of many people who say they are not Igbo. But this is what Nigerian told them, because they were cut off from the rest of the people. And then I now asked them to explain to me what happened. And one of the elderly women said to me that they were gathered in their village, their island. And then a ship arrived. The ship was carrying Biafran soldiers who were dressed in a very tattered manner. And they said they were Biafran soldiers, that they came to protect them. And then they welcomed them and they moved into a bush in that island where they showed us. He said that was where those soldiers stayed. They were very dirty, very tattered. And then 2 days later, another ship entered that island. And this same ship, these people were dressed neatly. They were putting the same uniform. Only that the first one that came were dressed in a ragged, dirty cloth, torn army uniform. But the next Biafran soldier that came were properly dressed. Their clothes were ironed. And then they said to those ones that just arrived, and so thank God you are here, your brothers are here. They are really suffering. They are inside the bush. Not knowing that they are not the same thing. The elderly woman said that the new Biafran soldier that came to that island went into that forest, cycled those old Biafran soldiers who were dirty and killed all of them. He said after they finished killing all of them, those ones that were properly dressed started raping them. That woman cried bitterly. He said they spent like about 3 months in that island. That 3 months, they finished eating all their chicken, all their goat, harvested all their crops in the farm. They were taking turn to rape all of them. What I'm saying today, I went there with Bayelsa Indigen. In fact, among the crew that went there, no other tribe is there. And they are listening to me as I'm saying this. And then we begin to narrate what really happened. And I said to that woman, those people who are putting on that new army Biafran uniform are not Biafran soldiers. They were impersonated. they were impersonated by Nigerian army, because I have been to Imo State. I interviewed the women in Imo State. I have been to Delta State, Asaba to be precise. I interviewed Asaba people. I have been to Anambra State. I interviewed Anambra people, and most of these people told me that they, in fact, one of the women in Imo State, who happens to be the mother of the Imo State coordinator, told me that they were sharing their wrapper. They divide for one wrapper, they divide it into two to give to Biafran soldier, because they were not only dirty, but their cloth was torn. And then we begin to check if there were kwashoko as a result of hunger in Biafra land. How possible would it have been? How foolish would Ojukwu have been to begin to buy his soldiers new uniform when our children that he claimed to protect are dying of hunger? I told them, you see, it could not be possible. Biafran soldier could not be putting on shoes that are polished. Biafran soldiers didn't rape you. Nigerian impersonated Biafran soldier. And today, all this time, you people live with this hatred and grudges in your mind that Igbo man will conquer you. The Igbo man did not do that. We should be grateful to the Igbo man, because they put their life on the line defending the whole Nigeria. I said it in the morning. Nigeria at this stage is supposed to go to every Biafran man door, every Igbo man door, begging for forgiveness. And now, having said this, we have all their interview on record, because they will not be here tomorrow. And if we come telling the world what these people have done to us, they will say we lie. And so this information are properly documented. At the right time, they will hear from us. But whether we want to revenge or we don't want to revenge, whether what they have done, we want to move ahead, they let us go or not, it is important that our children know what their father went through. And then they should be able to appreciate the sacrifice they have made. We come here every day remembering the Jewish Holocaust. Men and women died in a very inhuman, degrading pattern. We just don't want to remember it. But no matter how it feels, they still remember it. And so that those who die will know that they didn't die in vain. Because if they fail to remember how they died, the enemy will change the narratives. And so, like in support to what you have just said, we have to teach our children. We have to tell them our story by ourselves, or else the enemy will change the story. And having said that, I believe other panelists in the studio, they have something to say. And of course, you are free to come on board.
Hello, Mazi, are you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead, Mazi Okeforin.
Yeah, Mazi, this is quite imperative for what you are saying now. We love it too. And this makes it quite imperative for our contemporary generation to keep alive the stories we've been told by our parents on what really transpired during the genocidal war Nigeria fought against Biafrans. In order to foster futuristic occurrence of such destiny at Mazi, and to probably paint a true picture exactly the way it happened, other than the lies we were told by our oppressors. And Mazi, for this reason, this is where Gowon and the Obasanjo, they are still alive now. They are still alive. This is the time they're supposed to come openly and tell the world what really happened. This is where they owe us an apology. They were supposed, like you rightly said, they are supposed to come to every Biafra door and apologize to us for this they committed the whole Biafra land, even that of Asaba own. Mas, there were a lot. Anyway, let me leave it here because let all of my brothers say something here. It's too painful. We have to do it. We have to teach our children. Thank you.
Hello, can I come in?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, thank you very much, Judge Onyeibe, and my two other brothers, as I've just spoken regarding this matter. I am an German, and I can categorically tell you that it is very, very important for us to educate not just our future generations, but our present generations as well. Because as an German speaking from London to my people back in Nigeria, or the zoo called Nigeria, I know the challenges I'm facing, even as an German talking to my brothers and sisters every single day, even to the educated and the non-educated ones. As soon as I mention the name Biafra, none of them want to accommodate me thoroughly. Not until I start opening my mouth and say the little things I know about the Biafran war. Then everybody that I speak to some come back the following day or the next day or maybe 2-3 days afterwards and listen to me and try to ask me forward with Biafra. I'm sure a lot of us have more things to say, but I just want to say it is very important, and it's more than important for us to know the truth about the Biafra war. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother. And I believe, is there anybody who still has anything to say? But
yes,
before then,
Rabbi has something to say.
Yes, Rabbi, just give me some minutes. Before then, Biafrans across the globe who are listening to us, our WhatsApp line, our direct line is open. You are free to call and ask your question, make contribution when necessary. We are not in a hurry, I must tell you tonight. These are the members of the state of the nation. Of course, the nation we talk about is Biafra. We are here to make sure that we tell our story by ourselves. Our WhatsApp line is open, and that WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. You're free to call and make your own contribution, ask question when necessary. And then our direct line is 081-221-52971. Our direct line, I repeat again, is 081-221-52971. The lines are open. You call in. Yes, sir, I come to you, Rabbi. Go ahead, please.
Yes, once again, I greet Biafrans around the world. This very topic that we are treating tonight, according to my time zone, is very pivotal to our future generation. I would say for certain, I wasn't thoroughly briefed about what happened, though. I have a veteran in my family. My most senior brother went to war. He actually volunteered himself and went to war. Nobody forced him. He went to war because he felt that he cannot sit at home while others are fighting. So he decided to go to war. And the only thing about a propaganda of war. That is why it's very important that our media system should be very, very strong in order to educate our people, to give them that strong mind. Because media is that is what they use to change people's mind and make them think differently or begin to doubt their brothers. It is a power of the media. So it is very important that we this generation, we do something that no older generation has ever done. So we can now maintain the history. I would want to conclude by citing this. Look at the Yorubas. Yorubas maintain their history. If people don't know, they maintain their history. They tell their children their history, their story, and everything. The problem with Biafrans is that they think that telling about what happened in the past is archaic, is out of fashion. My children doesn't speak Igbo. My children doesn't speak Ijaw. They only speak British English or American English. And I keep on telling our people, we are losing it. So this generation, led by our leader, Mazi, is a generation that God actually set up to change the narrative. Like what I had a brother said yesterday, I think it was on your show. He said he doesn't believe in the Bible. I was shocked. I said, look at this, my brother. If you don't believe our leader, the person that is leading this movement is called by the God of the Bible. Remember that. And the God of the Bible spoke to him. And the God of the Bible said, go and lead them out. So I believe our leader, I believe in that is God. Because of him, I believe strongly in his God. So my brothers, the thing actually pained me last night, I wasn't chance to call to correct that statement. Don't think that because Biafra is here, you can get Biafra without God. Fulani will deal with you. They have God. Goliath he had God. He first spoke to David in the name of his God before David responded. So God and gods is in context today. But let me leave it for now. But what I can say in conclusion is that it is very, very important that we maintain the history and tell it the way it is so that we don't forget. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And of course, as we all know, we have a lot to discuss this evening, and hopefully, Biafrans, our lines are open already. Like I said, you are free to call in. I will take the next, the second question. I will direct the second question to our brother Armstrong Onyeibe. These questions go to you. Why is it that the Nigerian media constantly try to change the narratives and hide the atrocity that was committed by the Nigerian soldiers against the Biafran civilian during the war? Why are they hiding it? I hope my question is clear. Let me repeat it again, Mazi Meji.
Yeah.
Why is it that the Nigerian media try to change the narrative? They constantly try to change the narratives and hide the atrocity that was committed by the Nigerian soldier against the Biafran civilians during the war. Go ahead, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Mazi George Onyeibe, for this opportunity. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Of course, the world is listening.
Great. Well, this question is quite very interesting. But before I actually go deeper into the question, I want to make people understand why the media is very important in the first place. It's a very important means of communication, because the media is basically the best, probably the best, or you can say it's not the best, but I would say probably the best medium of communication for the mass audience. So with the media, you can educate a whole nation. You can raise their consciousness. You can raise voices against social evil, right? You can provide true pictures in live telecast and all that, educate the society and all sort of things. Now, being a very powerful tool in terms of educating people, you can either choose to use the media for your own benefit, either as a government or an economic power or a historian, all right? So the media, you can actually use the media to tell half a story and leave in the main picture or the in-depth of that story. It's like watching the trailer of a movie without actually watching the movie itself. You lack that emotional in-depth of the story. You lack that that connection. You can actually dismiss a story by telling half a story. You to tell an incomplete story, you have the power to dismiss that story, because a story not well told could be a story that's forgotten about in a very short time. Yeah, so those stories are very vital to the people of Biafra. And if you want to hear a story, you should hear from the experience of that story. Like there's a saying that says, it's a very famous saying that says, until a lion learns how to write, every story will glorify the hunter. It's a famous story that I would like to use as well in answering this question. So when we say half a story, you're telling half a story. That the media does this. Okay, they do tell half a story of the Biafran story. They feel the need. There's a reason why they feel the need to tell the story. That feeling has been used for generations and generations, both the Nigerian media, both the Western media, telling the story about Africa. Okay, the point is that they feel the need to tell our story, the Biafran story, because they must make sure they control the audience, they control the minds, they control the understanding, they control how people connect with that story. Because if I tell you a story, the way I tell the story, how good I tell the story determines how well you connect to that story. All right? So if you tell a story without the in-depth, you could lack understanding. Now, let me focus now on why they feel the need to tell the story. The Biafran War, as kids, some of us didn't really understand why it happened, or rather the Biafran genocide. Okay, but I have grown up today. Okay, on my stage of growing, I understood it as probably a war between Biafran soldiers and the Nigerian soldiers, but I lack that in depth. Although my grandfather told me some things, he lectured me to some extent, I still didn't get the better understanding, because my grandfather himself escaped death several times. And he told me certain things. But I did not understand until I decided to actually do a research on my own, start my own path and connecting this puzzle together. Okay, so the media made me understand. The media made me understand that it was a war between the Biafran soldiers and the Nigerian soldiers, and these guys didn't like. Igbo people didn't like the country. They wanted to leave. They wanted to be on their own. I didn't understand it. That's the image you get when you listen to the Nigerian media. However, if you decide to go in depth and look into this, you will then understand that it was not a war between the Nigerian soldier and the Biafran soldiers, Biafran people. I will not even use the word Biafran soldier because these were actual people that decided to defend themselves. So for they became soldiers in order to defend themselves. It was a genocide. The media do not, portray that as a genocide. It portrays it as a war. But the truth is that it is a genocide. The media wouldn't make you understand that Biafrans had to defend themselves. They had no choice. They had no choice. If someone is coming to kill you, you expect to just give your life and say, yes, kill me. It's an honor. No. The Biafrans had to defend themselves. They had to, defend their people, their family. That is the narrative that the media, the Nigerian media, never, ever portray. They never teach this. They never say this.
And so why do you think they're hiding it? Why are they hiding it? Why are they always changing the narratives?
They are changing the narrative to hide that genocide. To hide the genocide from the world, to keep the people in present-day Nigeria divided. That's the whole point, to keep them divided, right? To not make them understand why Biafra was fought, the war, the reason why the war was fought. Because if you actually tell the story as it is, man, it's going to be difficult for people to still want to remain in Nigeria. Because the media is being controlled by the Nigerian government. It's a tool to control people as well. So they must make sure they control the people. Today, you tell people about Biafra to some extent. Like this happened to me 2 weeks ago. I was talking to a brother who's currently in the United Kingdom. I mentioned to him I've been sending him different atrocities happening in the present day Nigeria. All right, and he responded one day just about 2 weeks ago, telling me, brother, please stop sending me these things about Biafra. If I'm interested in Biafra, I would contact you. And I responded. I said, brother, that's quite a fascinating way you responded to those videos. I'm not a marketer who has a product to sell. I'm showing you things happening in that country, but you've decided to single out the term Biafra and ignore the atrocities that people are dying, people are starving, people are suffering. You ignored that part of it and took out the word Biafra and say you're not interested in Biafra. You could have said, oh, people are dying. You could have noticed that, but he refused to. And I said, okay, my brother, I understand. I just wanted to share with you what's happening. So that narrative of Biafra, that is what that brother still has in his mind. And that is the way the media has programmed our people. They make the story their own. They tell it how they want to, because if it's being regarded as genocide today, they'll have to face the word, which means you're involving the British. The British will have to speak out and say, we did this to the Biafran people, but they don't want to do it. So the media is a tool to subdue the problem, to subdue the reason why the genocide happened, but they will never admit to say it's a genocide. I don't know if I've actually elaborated more on this question enough.
Yes, I
Thank you very much.
We were able to pick some very vital information from what you have said. And of course, other panelists will have one or two things to say. But before then, we have to take one call and then hear from our audience. Can you hear me, caller on the WhatsApp? Caller on WhatsApp. Good evening.
Good evening.
Go ahead, please.
My name is Chijoke. Anyoha. I'm from Atofa, Idato North Local Government, Olu Province of Biafra land. Mazi, I want to thank you for good work you are doing for Biafra. I want to thank you more and more because you are so resilient in what you are doing. You are more than outstanding in what you are doing. I want to thank you and also thank our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Ukukanu, the Prince of Afaruku today. I want to also thank Mazi Uchem Okafor for all the things that you people are doing for Biafra. This night, Mazi, I want to tell you that as I got this particular line now, I was very, very happy. It's like that I have gone to heaven. It's like that Biafra is here. I just want to let you know that my father died 4 years ago, but before he died about 6 or 7 years ago, he said something that he had a dream. Mazi, are you with me?
Let's go ahead, please.
He said that he had a dream that people are running along Obosi Road like there is another war. He told me that it's like Biafra will come again. That was before, he said this many years ago, about 8 years ago, before our leader started this move. So that gave me assurance that Biafra must come, and nothing on earth will stop Biafra to come. What I want to tell you, I don't want us to be looking onto our people that are not, taking it more serious in this place, because some of our people are taking it so lightly. When you are telling them some things about Biafra, they're saying the Jojo building woman, just like what Israel did when they are leaving Egypt. What I want to tell you that, as our leader said before, that if it is only 100 people that are faithful, that God will give us Biafra. I want you.
Easy for them to go to the extent of even producing music to tarnish the image of the people's general, Dim Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Ojukwu. I, for one, as a child, don't know what really happened. And so I remember as a child, we were meant to sing some song. Two I will never forget. One of them is Ojukwu wanted to fight Nigeria. Gowansi, Nigeria must win. We are going to stay together to make Nigeria one. Then that time now, I don't know how to speak it in English anyway. But in my own original dialect, the really dialect of God, we will say, Nekbeka, and then we start singing. Ojukwu wanted to fight Nigeria. Gowansi, Nigeria must win. Of course, ladies should know that the game we used to play in those days, then we now jump at 1, at 2, at 3. That is how bad it is. So the first memory you have as a Biafran child born after the war is to hate the Igbo man, is to hate Ojukwu. How Ojukwu managed to survive is unbelievable. The media did their job well. They project Biafra as if it was something bringing war. Till today, the people are still traumatized with the image, with the level of character deformation by the Nigerian media. The Nigerian media made sure that if you talk about Biafra, you look like an outcast. This is who we are. This is our name. Until tomorrow, most of us are not awakened. When you say you are a Biafran, they say, don't bring war, don't bring war. But then another person is telling you it's Oduduwa, another one is telling you it's Arewa. But when I tell you I'm a Biafran, rightfully so I'm a Biafran, you tell me don't bring war. The Nigerian media did all these things so you will not know about the people they rape, so that you will not know about the people they murdered, so that you will not know about the war criminals and the atrocity. And rightfully so, they almost succeeded. You call Obasanjo your founding father or elder statesman. You call Babangida, all these idiots, late Buhari, all these idiots, useless Gowon, all these idiots, you call them founding father, late Abacha, all these idiots, including T.Y. Danjuma, all these idiots, including David Mark, all these idiots, most of them are dead. You look at them and you call them founding father. They were terrorists, they are war criminals. If the world is fair enough to look into the issue of Biafra, all these people will not go free. And there are some of the people who joined them in accomplishing this heinous crime against humanity, against the indigenous people of Biafra. They are still going about. Some of them are pastor now. Gowon is a pastor in Assemblies of God. Idiots. But the media was able to change the narratives. And then the people who fought to defend us, they relegate them to the background. And so I would say, from my own point of view, that the reason Nigerians spend billions of resources stolen from our land to make sure that the story of Biafra is not heard is because none of them will walk free today. If the world was to be fair, to be sincere, and we are ready to protect justice. But justice has been murdered because of us. That is why I always say that the world is on trial because of the issue of Biafra. But having said that, just look at the case of IPOB. We came here, we have not killed anybody. But believe me, we will kill anybody. We will kill somebody. We will kill somebody. Because our leaders, if the only option they give to us is to fight this war. No, I don't hide myself. You understand? If the only option is to fight, then every living thing will burn. And all our leaders with prophecy, one of them is not still on. And that is the one of they will kill us and we will kill them. So, just let me just round it up. But it's just obvious that the way they present IPOB, if our leader Mazi Kano did not stand his ground, they called us terrorists. We have not killed anybody. It's unbelievable. Of course, let me stop there before I become emotional. And those of you, the panelists, you go ahead, my brothers.
Mazi, let me say this. Let me say this quickly. You know, when I look, you know how God is so wonderful. I didn't know, like Elijah could say, is God not wonderful? He's so wonderful that He took me on a journey to study the game of war like war game. All these things you made mention about the Nigerian military changing to Biafran uniform, wear dress neat, and came to our side in Ijo area, Bayelsa area, and started raping our women, shot those people dead. It's because those people were not informed. They don't have information that something is going on. They just pointed those people out, saying, "Oh, there are soldiers, people that went to the bush. They were innocent." You see, sometimes we can be innocently wrong. It's my kind of language. Media has been a tool that one can use to direct your mind. It is a tool. The world is using it. You can see it working for CNN. You can see it working for BBC, Fox News, and so many news outlets. And we have to maintain a kind of stabilization now to stabilize our mind, to kind of build antidote on how to go against them. If we don't get that kind of tactics on how to conduct war, we will use emotion and go and repeat mistake again. Now they use their media to blackmail our soldiers. Even those people that fought, they were not soldiers. Can I tell you that? Tell us that. They are not soldiers.
Of course we know. But by the virtue of that now, every Biafran soldier, the day you are born, every Biafran child, the day you are born, automatically you become a soldier. Because you never know one lunatic that will come out and pose war on you. Go ahead, please.
That's it. So because of that, God took me on a journey, which I'm not going to share everything tonight because of time. And I began to learn about the people that came and killed us, even not know their language. I went and studied the Dutch because they were part of this evil. They are still there. I began to learn their tactics, the way their mannerism, and I moved out. I am now learning. I came here to learn and study, train in their midst, and I began to see how they do their things. Propaganda is what even sells for them. They are good in propaganda. If war should repeat again, Like when I saw our people, BSS, wearing a uniform, I quickly came on radio and told them to take that thing off and go without uniform like gorilla, and nobody will know whom you are. Don't mention your name. Don't mention anything. If you say you are, then you are not. So because that uniform is a mark of the beast, one mark of death. If you wear it, they will kill you. So just go without uniform and go into the midst of people and don't say anything about what your mission is all about. These are war games. How you can be able to build a kind of a stable mind that no matter any circumstance, like our leader, look at in the midst of death and killings, he still maintained consistency. And today we are seeing a different thing about him. That is to show us that this man is well equipped. So this media of a thing is something that Western power has been using to channel our mind, to direct our mind. I can use media to sell product for you, even if you don't like it. Constant viewing it, constant listening to it on radio, you will begin to like it. All of a sudden, you will buy it. That's why in fashion industry, they are very knitted or glued together with media. Fashion cannot go without the media, and media cannot go without fashion. So you see, even war, you can use media to conduct war and make a killer become an angel. And people will begin. That is the problem most of our people are having today. They glue themselves with channel television and those corrupt and manipulated TV stations and all whatnot, and they're listening to them. And so when you kind of put a kind of picture like what our brother said, give somebody picture, you say, this is propaganda. A lot of them have told me that, yeah, brother, this is propaganda. It's not true now. It's not true. This one didn't happen in our place. It is in Amazonia. Can you believe that? And they will see the palm tree and so many coconuts and so many things that will show you that this is the background of our area. Even you listen to them speaking your language, you say, no, it's not our place. This is propaganda. And this is what they keep telling them. Nigeria, you remember the people running Nigeria, the country running Nigeria is Britain and the Netherlands. Those are the country running Nigeria. And they are good in lies. They are good in deception. If we cannot be able to counter them, then we cannot be able to make it. So what I'm trying to tell us is that even the listeners, those of us that are listening, have to have a kind of, solid mind that whatever you hear from Radio Biafra is authentic. And anything you hear from Radio Nigeria, you cannot go and feed from enemy's camp. How do I say it? It's like you want to travel, you go to Devil's kiosk and buy a ticket, your traveling ticket. Then you expect an angel to welcome you at the final destination. That's how it is like. So you make up your mind that you don't listen to them. You don't take anything they say. They will come and paint Nigeria, make Nigeria great and this and that. You are buying Biafran IPOB is a terrorist organization. That was when I joined the IPOB. I said, this is rubbish. So if you listen to them, and I don't want to join terrorist group, excuse me. And you are celebrating so many great people today. In the time past, they were labeled as terrorists, if you don't know. And today, you don't want to join IPOB because they're a terrorist organization. Nigeria, they deproscribe them. They don't they cannot proscribe you. They can't. Even if tomorrow, let them leave us as terrorists. I am comfortable being a terrorist. But the flag of Biafra will fly. They will.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mazi, let me come in here.
Very much. Go ahead.
Yeah, Obi Mane Chibike. Mazi, staying focused on the question, why is it that the Nigerian media constantly try to change the narrative and hide atrocities they committed by the Nigerian soldier against the Biafran civilian during the war? Mazi, the truth about it is that they wanted to divert the attention of our future generation. They wanted to paint the picture that our parents is the cause of the war. And if we allow this thing to fly, it will get to a state that our future generation will spit on our grave and on the grave of our forefathers. And they will call our forefathers and our ancestors, they will call them evil, as they are trying to tell us today. They want to hide the atrocities they committed during the war. But they never tell us, we can never hear it on the Nigerian media, that in 1945, before the amalgamation of Nigeria, that they killed 400 Biafrans in the north. They come out every time and telling us counter coup. What really transpired about this counter coup? Mazi, when I study about Q, I understand that Q is all about the military and the politicians. When a counter coup happen or a coup happen, they only fight among the soldiers, the armies. They will eliminate themselves and kill the top-ranking politicians and take over government. But on this counter coup, what happened is that it's not a counter coup, it's a program. They never tell you that it's a program. They say counter coup. What concerns a civilian about the counter coup? What concerns a woman that is selling her wares on the street of Kano? What concerns a housewife that is nursing her children in the house? You come and kill her and say you are conducting a counter coup. Who supervise those counter coup? I thought that soldiers are meant to protect the civilians when all these things are happening. But the soldiers supervise this counter coup and kill many Biafrans in the north. Who are those people? Who are the GOCs of Kano, Kaduna, and all the rest of the places who conducted this counter coup and kill our people? They never mention about that. Must they tell us about Aburi Accord? See, today, if not for my personal research, I never know what is inside that Aburi Accord. They never tell you what was written inside that Aburi Accord. They never tell you that it was Nigerian side that disobeyed that accord. They keep on lying to us so that they can constantly tell us this story that we will believe. Gowon is still alive today. No matter how they try to hide it, thank God that Gowon recently said that Ojukwu said that on Aburi I stand, and Gowon said on Aburi you will fall. What is if you want to describe this statement, what does it mean? Now somebody tell you that on this agreement me and you sign, I stand on this agreement, I will die defending this agreement, and you say to that person, if you stand on this agreement, I will kill you. What does it mean? That you are the cause of all this trouble. They never tell us what really transpires. They keep on hiding every day, but we know what happened. Thank you.
Let us go to the line briefly. Yes, caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Hello. From here.
Yes, good evening, Mazi Onyeibe.
Go ahead, please.
My name is Mazi Chinoso. I'm calling all the way from South Africa. So first of all, Mazi Onyeibe, I want to greet you for your great program and how you have been enlightening all of us, especially the IPOB people. So I thank you for that a lot. And also my able leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Lord, the Savior that we are seeing now is our Savior. So my topic is going for today. There was one of our brother that called before this previous one now that called. He was talking about social media. Also, according to everything he said is exactly what the European Union has been using, manipulating us. For me, I call it technology, because technology is something which is, I will say this is science that is going on now. And also, what he said about the media, they have been using the media to propagate what we are doing, the good law that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing, and also you also as well. The social media has been there deceiving people, especially the social media there in Nigeria. Channel O, where can I start? CNN. All these people, they have been using it to be propagating what's about Biafra. But it hurt me so bad. It hurt me so bad that the whole so-called Biafrans, especially the Igbos, that knows what they go through, they knows what their fathers goes through, still believing they lead news, CNN news. Where can I start? CNN news, Channel O news, more than Radio Biafra. Let me ask, how many people is listening to Radio Biafra now? This is the only platform that we have. This is what we have. Radio Biafra is what we have. Why must the whole people channel all that thing that we are those news they busy seeing on CNN, channel all those things to make this Radio Biafra what it is. Because without this Radio Biafra, as our leader said, we can maybe by now, I don't know what may happen to us, but I don't know. Only God knows. So I don't know if I keep on saying. I have a lot of things to say, but
Thank
I have
you very
to
much.
cut. Yes, I have to cut some things. I have to cut some necessary things that I want to say.
Just hold on.
So, Mazi,
okay,
again,
fine.
what again I want to say again is about there was a topic you make. There was your last topic I was been following on.
Now, I want
I don't know how that
I want
topic
us to
goes.
restrict
Yes.
this discussion to this very discussion this evening.
Yeah, there was something that you said about science, and you said science is what in Igbo you say you call it black magic, and there was some certain things you were trying to
digressing.
you're
going out of.
You're leaving. You're taking us out of this discussion. We'll discuss about that in our next edition. Thank you very much for your contribution. We must
okay,
continue.
and also, please, can
there
you
are
permit
people
me
who
to
are
speak with
waiting.
my dialect?
No, that
please.
will not be possible. Again, you will call next time because of time. Will you call? Go straight to the point regarding what we are seeing here, so that we can remain focused. Thank you very much for understanding. Yes, go ahead, Rabbi.
Me or Rabbi? Okay, foreign.
Okay, foreign. Sorry. Okay, foreign. Go ahead, please.
Mazi, good evening from here once again. I see the man okay, foreign from Warsaw, Poland. Mazi, about the issue of the media we are discussing. Mazi, the Nigerian media is just like tools in the hands of fools, being used for no other purpose than lies and deception to probably keep their franchise up and running. Hence, misleading generation of Biafrans. But however, there is always distributive justice. Hello, Mazi, are you there?
Go ahead. You are coming out loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I said that the Nigerian media is just like tools in the hands of fools, being used for no other purpose than lies and deceptions to probably keep their franchise up and running, hence misleading the next generation after them. However, there is always a restrictive consequences for actions against humanity, and the end justifies the means. Now, why do I say this? Up to the time of this struggle now, where we are in this struggle, the media, the Nigerian media is paying a huge amount of money, even to international, to every parastatal abroad. They have their lobbies, even locally. They are sabotaging our leader. A lot of cyber sabotage. But at the end of the day, we thank Onyeibe our leader, who has made us to take over our space once again. And we appreciate our Biafrans fighting both in the Twitter, both in the FB, fighting all these nonsenses. And like Onyeibe said, told us, any idiot that comes in our space, they're beginning to feel it now. Look at the what do you call this idiot in the zoo contraction called Nigeria? The Minister of Information. But you see the kind of lies that are peddling, even their interview. You see the way they peddle lies. They cannot, at this stage, they cannot come out and say simple the truth. What does it take? And I continue to ask why. Because we are Biafran. But no problem. Mas, we are getting there.
Thank you very much.
I have to do.
Of course, we must continue. Will we go to the next question? Will we go to the third question? Let's go to the third question. After that, you can comment. The third question go to Rabbi. It said, how do you describe the motive of some of our Biafran brothers when they were marking the commemoration of 50 50 years after the end of the war. As they captioned it, never again. How will you describe the way some of our Biafran brothers reacted to that very commemoration to remember the 50 years of genocide? Go ahead, please.
Let someone take this. I'll get back to you quickly.
In that case, I will move ahead to Mazi Foreign. I will give you the next question, which says, do you think we should defend our land if the need arises? Considering the indiscriminate killing of our people, considering the harassment, the intimidation, considering the fact that our land is under military occupation, considering that we are in a war already, even though it's not official, do you think there is need for us to defend our lives when the need arises?
Yeah, Mazi, thank you very much. Mazi, from my own personal opinion, I think this time around, we should try our best to be on the offensive side if the need arises than the other way around, because fighting a defensive war is always counterproductive. Mazi, we must do everything to defend our land. And that is why we are calling our beloved brothers to do the needful. Because what happened 1967 to 1970, man, these people brought this war to us. Just now is even worse. Man, they have secluded all of us, all our land, all our seaport, all our forests. So is a must that we must defend our land. We must, this generation, we must do everything humanly possible to defend our land. And it's a must. Once we must defend our land. But we are under command and control. We are doing the need for now. We are talking, we are preparing. But if they continue this way, Mazi, the LCM is that we must defend our land. Then let our people bear it in mind. There is no other way than defend your land. Go and do the needful. Go and get whatever you can get prepared. Our young boys continue to make exercise, continue to keep fit. You see the molestation, you see the roadblocks here and there. The other day, the Inspector General of Police lied to us that he has dismantled all the roadblocks. But I thank God for our brothers in Biafra land, like the meetings down there. All of them are giving report. People are seeing it in Facebook everywhere. The intimidation, the harassment, the rape, the killing, boiling down of our boys, extortions. So, Mazi is becoming unbearable. Look at the recent one in Port Harcourt, the 3 mechanics. They were killed, and nobody speaks for them because they're in charge of the whole parastatals, and they think they have arrived. They have not arrived. The slow movement of the lion, tiger is not a cowardness.
Very much.
At the right time, we will meet them. We meet at the parallel line, Mazi.
Yes, let's go to the line now.
We are not afraid.
Yeah, let's go to the line. Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yes, I'm there. Good evening, Mazi. Good evening, all Biafrans and all the peace-loving people of the world. Based on the topic we are discussing, I want to just refer back to when I came to know about Biafra. When I was growing up in my early secondary school days, there was a movie that narrated the stories about Biafra. But unfortunately, at a point in time, Nigerian government banned that movie, and everybody that watched that movie is either arrested or you said? Okay, so there was a movie that has some story about Biafra. It was being circulated around 1993 then. But at a point, it was placed contraband, and nobody was allowed to watch the movie or even to market that movie. You know? And I was, at a point in time, I asked myself, why was it that the government placed a ban on that movie? And I got to know that the reason was that if the Biafran people continue to watch the movie, there might be a rise in anger again, which might lead to another counter-attack or another war against the Nigerian government. So I think that was one of the reasons why they tried to suppress the Nigerian. We used media to suppress some of the issues that happened against Nigeria. And then secondly, this thing, the whatever that we Africans do these days is what we learn from our colonial masters, the British, the Spanish, the French, and the rest. The manipulation of the news, manipulation of the event that happens in the world is what they teach us and what they teach all in our African nation, and that's what Nigeria is copying, even in their normal characters. So I think actually they have tried to use this means as a way to
because we lost that caller, we'll take the next caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mazi Onyeibe, are you talking to me?
Of course, go ahead, please.
Let's ask us questions, please. Yeah, Mazi Onyeibe, I thank you.
Hold on for me. Mazi Paul, go ahead, please.
Bye, Modi, for
go ahead.
Mazi Onyeibe, I thank you so much. I congratulate our Supreme Leader. Yes, I can hear you, Mazi Onyeibe. Mazi Onyeibe, I use the opportunity to congratulate our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Chemofo, and most especially you, who is in Biafra land, taking all these bullets. Mazi Onyeibe, I'm not happy with the discussion this night, but I have to thank Foreign Osiwu and our rabbi. Their contribution is good. My own submission tonight is all of us Biafrans, all of us IPOB, we know all the saboteurs in our various villages. My submission is we need to start from those saboteurs from our village. If we are in diaspora, we know the people who are against our restoration, who are fighting against us. We know all them. We know their children. We know their families. Wherever they are hiding. My name is Paul Okoronkwo. I'm from Alai. Alai is in Bende. Bende is in Umuahia province, Biafra land. Every inch of land in Biafra, in Abia State is Biafra. And I come from Biafra. Mazi Onyeibe, what I'm so upset this night. I'm so angry.
I understand.
We must start from the people. I know what I'm struggling to get Alai people, Item people, Ibere people is the voice I hear from Ibere. When they want to sell our land to Ruga, you know about it. IPOB authorities know about it. Without the intervention of IPOB, Alai could have been fallen to the Fulani herdsmen. But due to intervention of IPOB, we got our land back. Yesterday, Mazi Chidera in South Africa, the radio motherland, he said it, that Bende have been taken over by Fulani herdsmen, that if we see what is going on in Bende, I sent him a text message. I want to see the pictures so that I will send it to the authorities. He promised me he will send it. Mazi, okay, Foreign. When it happened in Olo, I know what you did. I know how you rally ran. The people in Bende, the people in Uzuakole, the people in Ibere, Aotuku, Ihechowa, Isukwato, everywhere in Alai. My anger is more them that come from Alai in Bende and Item. You are behaving like this rain. When it fall, this rain is going to fall. I can assure you, when it fall, you will not be safe. We, the IPOB, we are taking notice of all your activities. We are taking record of whoever is doing what he is doing. Mazi Onyeibe, I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Mazi Onyeibe, keep on keeping on.
God is faithful.
But these people, they will pay.
they will pay. You said you want to be in DNA. I beg the authorities, when Biafra come, put me in immigration.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller,
can I come in?
Just a minute. Let me take the brother on the line, then I can come back to those of you in the studio. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Caller on WhatsApp. Yeah, good evening from here.
Good evening, sir. Biafran soldiers. Okay. There's something that I hear concerning the Biafran soldiers during the war. That is why I called to address something like that. Those villages that is complaining concerning something like that are the villages that these saboteurs, the Fulani has started trying to enter, because something like that is they want to use those things like that to enter them so that they can use through them to enter with the Biafran. And those villages are the villages that we have to focus on. For so many problems not to come the same way after the Biafran has come. Because this Biafran is not something that we are going back. We are not going back anymore. We have gotten to the extent that Tukotika Biama has been following us concerning something like this, and we are not going back anywhere. Anywhere the Fulani henchmen wants to come, even deceiving them, trying to tell them that they will do this for them, they will do this for them. Even the governors, deceiving people, for them to say that Biafran soldiers do this or they do that. Something like that must not happen. Tukotika Biama must expose every job, every work that they are doing. The nonsense money they are giving them cannot change their mind. Those villages are the villages that we have to make sure that we focus on, to make them believe that we are not, the Biafran soldiers are not the one that raped our sisters. The Biafran soldiers are not the one that killed our sisters over there. It's the Jew soldiers that did that. Because I heard when you told them that the Biafran soldiers that doesn't have a suit to wear, the Biafran soldiers that doesn't have a uniform to wear, the uniform they are wearing is third uniform. How can they wear dress uniform and boots and everything?
The people that cannot eat, the person that have not eaten, is it the person that will be raping woman? The person that has not eaten, is he the one that want to have strength to go and rape woman?
Imagine something like that.
There is no problem. Of course, we have to tell our story, and that is why we are here. Thank you very much.
The people doing that. That is not Nigerians. That is not Biafrans. The Biafran soldiers cannot do a thing like that. A thing like this has not been occurred by Biafran soldiers.
Thank you very much.
I remain a Biafran, one of the Biafran brave man.
Yes, coming people from the studio. Go ahead, please. Thank you very much, my brother.
This is once again, this is Rabbi Charles. Mazi Onyeibe, let me buttress what Forum just said. The kind of, if I'm saying if it's a conditional statement, if there is any kind of future confrontation again, I have been saying this to our people, or every time when I'm speaking. If you hear me, maybe my silent or my humming or whatever, you hear some certain things. It's not going to be a defensive warfare anymore. We had defensive warfare or defensive war. We were defending our land. That's what they were saying and believing. And when you play a defensive game, there could be sometimes deflection. Deflection might happen and you sustain goal in terms of football. In warfare, the same thing also applies. So we're not going to do this if why I use the word if is because of new development. I'm not going to say much on that. A lot of people saw our leader in America for the first time. They are seeing him on a VIP section, and all of a sudden they began to panic. I have already seen that long ago because I listened to the spirit of Biafra was spirit warfare. So I knew that something is going on. So if let me say this, if for example, Mazi, you know Alaye them in Lagos, you know them. There's a one Alaye in my day they used to call it Angola, and somebody's bullying me. All of a sudden, I happen to appear with Angola somewhere, and that person saw me in Angola shouting, laughing. You think that person after that shouting, the person will come and confront me again? He will think that Angola will come up and fight for me. That is during my time in Lagos. Now, if our leader is being cited in America and they saw that he has arrived at the last bus stop, do you think in these Jews, in their stupidity, will now monster courage and everything coming now to Pombo Afaruku now? Especially those of us people going for funeral. You think Jew will do that? It's suicidal to them. They don't know what is coming for them. Now, what I want to say is that when we look at the issue going on now, this if in the event that these people are so defiant and they say, oh, now let's go and do that thing that we did in the past. We conquer them, we do this, we do that. Raping of it, let me tell you, do you know that I want to tell us something that most of us didn't know. My grandfather used to say, if you are not well fed, your man will not stand. Those people we are starving, Biafran volunteers, I don't call them soldiers, volunteers, we are starving. If you took them on away, and they have shock effect. So this thing will not stand up. But you know that the British government used to supply Biafra to Nigerian military. You know they used Biafra to fight war. You people know that. They had it. They are still using it to today. That is why the man said he only wants a woman one round. You think he did it? They did Magani. You think they did it? These are things to conduct war. That is what happened to them. I have record of what I'm saying. There are many things I would have said, but I don't want to say it here. I can say this time around, if they are so defiant and drawn into this oil chain gas, we can't let it go. We're going to go and fight them and kill them. Why they are coming to our place, we are in their place. That's why our leader said, I want to see that in Sokoto. My people hear what this man is saying. He's speaking in code. Adama Basokoto. Adama Fiha on Sokoto. You're not bluffing. It's not bluffing. In my mind, I said to him too, I will want us to see that in Sokoto. So if they are coming to our place, we are already in their place. I'm not talking of Sokoto. I'm talking of Sokoto. So we go there and dig it out. It's not going to be defended. Or every time we're defending, we will go to their place, they circle them around. They are listening. Thank
you very much. Let me go to the
Can I come in, please?
Let me go to the studio line, please. Mazi Nelson. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Right.
Caller on WhatsApp. Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Mazi, my name is Paul. I'm calling from phone.
Can you please try and speak?
No. This is my first time. I just see the program on YouTube. So I just want to thank you guys for what you guys are doing. I just want to thank you guys for everything. And I also want to thank you for the President and the Carlos for the funds. So just for this time, everything you come. But also, I want to please to all my brothers over the world, please. I want them to have patience. It's not by nothing we know what they are doing. And there's something I want to say.
Your line is very unstable. I will advise you, my brother, call disengage and call back. Mazi Nelson, over to you, please.
Okay. Yes. Good evening once again. Your question to the topic is, if need be, are we going to be defending our land from the Zoo Nigerian? My answer to it, or my little contribution to it, will be the best form of defense is attack. And Rabbi has already said it. We cannot be defending our land anymore. We should be attacking at the same time. Yes, we're going to defend it. That's the word for it. But the best way to go about is by defending and attacking at the same time. As a matter of fact, we should be attacking more than even defending. And if you ask me, it's a mandatory, it's a must, it's a task that we have to carry out. There's no sitting on the fence anymore. We must do the needful, and the needful is to attack them. Just the way they have blood, we have blood too. We cannot be sitting back and hoping that God's going to help us fight our battle. Yes, God's going to help us fight our battle with the wisdom He's going to give to us for us to do what we need to do. But there's a need for us to attack just like the same way they want to attack us. We cannot sit on the fence anymore. Yes, we have to defend our people because that's what we're supposed to do. But we have to attack them this time, fair and square, and we're going to win the battle. That's my little contribution on that topic right now. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Go
ahead. Yeah, Mazi. Can I come in?
Okay, Chibika, go ahead. No problem.
Okay, Mazi, there's a question you asked. The motive behind the 50 years anniversary, as they caption it, never again. Yeah. Mazi, never again is the same word. It's the same word, the same sentence, and the same spelling, but it has different meaning to different people. When they say never again, those people that participated, most of them, that telling us that the Nigerian people never again, that even if you kill us, we will not fight again. Even if you intimidate us, we will not fight again. But to we, the IPOBs, we say never again can this war start from our own territory. Never again can we be in a war and people are dancing on the party in Lagos. Never again shall we be fighting war and people are marrying in Abuja. The war, we will take it to them. As our brother said now, we know what is in that Sokoto. We will take the war to them. Never again can we wage this war in our own territory. That thing can never happen again. The media is calling on the people, trying to deceive them, trying to bring the gullible people to appease their slave masters as they come and say never again. And the one thing I want to say again, that to our brothers who is engaging the media, talking about the Biafran war, anybody that is above 16 years during that war, that
start gathering by those our misguided Biafran, Igbo Biafran brothers or sisters to mark the commemoration of 50 years after the end of the Biafra war in another man's land other than theirs is the same program. When the people that the zoo, they called contraption called Nigeria killed Babangida 1992 killed the whole intelligent officers, and they're from south. The land has rejected them. The air, the sea has rejected them. That is how it will be to all these saboteurs. Look at user Joe Iboko, what he's saying. Anyway, we don't have to say much, but Biafrans are very much at alert. Whenever they see that guy, let them give him a VIP treatment. The director said VIP treatment. And they call us miscreant. Yes, we agree. We are the small miscreant. We are the Ochichana, small one. Only is the senior miscreant. We are the small one, but we are dangerous. Whenever they see those guys like cow giving order, let me leave it there. But Mazi, it is quite unfortunate that our people will leave their own land and went to a foreign land to make commemoration of 50 years genocidal war they brought to us. Unfair. Thank you.
Yes, I will take the call from the line and then I'll come back to the studio. Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Chidera from South Africa. Mazi, I have a consternation with the big judge here. They sit down, they call all the victims of the affected apartheid. They sit
There is so much lesson we have to learn. There is so much lesson. Number one, I'm coming, okay, for it. Number one lesson our new generation of Biafra must learn is that you cannot trust the Yoruba, Hausa, and Fulani. You can never trust Nigeria. They went to Aburi, they went to Ghana to settle the restructuring of Nigeria. So we can have respect for one another. Yoruba and Hausa betray Aburi Accord. Nobody should hide. You cannot trust them. We talked about apology. People don't understand. But there is a way where there is something somebody will do where so many men make wedges. We just talking about that. Let's see if they are really human. And if they really deserve our mercy when the time will come. We learn lesson that it will be very stupid. Any Biafran at this time trust the Yoruba, Hausa, and Fulani. It's impossible. They betrayed our father. All of them for Fulani idiots. We were not ready for war. Our fathers didn't come for war. Ojoku say, let this killing stop, come back home. They came to fight us and call it police action. We must understand that as they are surrounding our land today, they are not there to protect us. They are there to kill us. And we must know that if we are waiting for the right time to resist these people, then the time will not come. Everybody should be very ready. We are busy doing certain things that I believe they are not normal. We must put our mind in our villages because they are ransacking them already. That is why when we talk about transmitter, send it to our village. If they know what is going on Radio Biafra here, they will be able to alert us on time. Let me digress a little bit. Let's use the telecommunication system to say how they market their product here in Nigeria. When NTN came, NTN was very rich, very vibrant. NTN hijacked the whole city. And then some few months later, Glo came. Glo started following MTN to drag the city. And along the line, what did they call it? The Niger Mobile now. Etisalat came. Etisalat came, he mellowed down, was dragging in between the city, just struggling to survive. But I tell you, Etisalat disappointed MTN and Glo at the same time. Because Etisalat moved into the interior villages, captured the whole villages, while MTN and Glo were dragging the city. Etisalat got weight, if not that they left. Look at Airtel today. Airtel is going into every villages, touching small children. Today I can tell you Airtel is making more money than all of them put together. But having said that, I'm just trying to tell you that in this struggle, every one of us must begin to make sure will this gospel get to your village. Every Abo man, make sure Abo people know what is happening. Every Enugu man, Mbano man, Ijo man. Our duty is to sell this gospel to all of them. Let them know what is happening. Because then say, I know no day when Navdak bab you. When this thing will start, I know no day. We must learn from our ancestors to make sure that they know what is happening, or else these people will blackmail us already. They are in our forest already, pregnanting some of our sisters. And you think those our sisters are going to kill their husband, children, or their husband for you? Then you think again. We must learn from what our fathers suffer from the saboteur. So much to learn, I must tell you. Let's go back to the drawing board and find out what they did to us. It's unbelievable. The memory is still very fresh. But of course, I have to go to our brother on WhatsApp. Then I come back to those of you gentlemen on the studio. Okay. Yes, brother on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here, Mazi. Good evening.
Go ahead.
My name is Engineer Mazi. I'm calling from Germany. Greetings to our brother in the studio that is this evening working with you, Rabbi Charles and OK Foreign. I extend my greeting to you. Our brother called now and said that why the Yorubas and the Hausas or the Fulani have not come out to make an apology to what they did to Biafra. Yeah, we never expect them to come out and say what we did to Biafra is wrong, because already they are dooming that the essence of fighting Biafra comes from the Biafran people, which is Zik. This rebel they are calling Ojuk today, it comes out from Zik mouth, not Ahmad Bello, not what did they call it, Awolowo, not what did they call it, Gowon. It comes out from Nnamdi Azikiwe mouth in London, where they grant him a press statement about Biafra. About Biafra.
Now, my brother, I want to let me come in a little bit before you continue. You see, there is one game I noticed they play with us. And this game is Nnamdi Azikiwe went to London. From London, he issued a press statement or issued a press communique, as the case may be. He referred Ojukwu to a rebel. And with this word, they moved ahead. You should understand the game behind the scene. The game behind the scene. All these saboteurs who have been paid, you do not know how they were induced. Today now, they are harassing Good Luck, molesting all our politicians. Good Luck rule Nigeria under gunpoint. Today, all of us blame Good Luck Ebere Jonathan. We don't know the undue influence the president of America, Obama placed on him. Some of these people do not know we are standing for them, so they misbehave. But we send a message across to all of them. We are behind all of you and will not let anybody bamboozle you. Zeke made a mistake, but the people who lured Zeke to make that mistake will suffer more. Jesus said that anybody that mislead a small child to sin, that person will suffer more than the people who commit that sin. So the people who led these people to make that sin should not be forgiven. We are being used. Look at the way they reprogram us. Anything go wrong, we go say, now we they do ourselves. Now we they do ourselves. Then close our border, then open their border. We go still they say, now we they do ourselves. Now we they do ourselves. Then go steal container of rice from us, dash unto their brother. We go sell and hide to meet up. Their brother go sell and give away so that they make more money because they have nothing to lose. We go still say now we they sell and hide for ourselves. Now we they sell and hide for the system have been planned to deceive all of us. And if we blame ourselves, this is exactly what they want. This is the work of Satan. The Bible says that Satan is the accuser of the brethren. He's the accuser of the brethren. These people are Satan. If you keep quiet now, they will put fire inside IPOB. They've done it before. Go and ask Iruanya. Tomorrow now they say, na Iruanya they do, na Iruanya they do. But for me, idiot will work out those things. If we do not stop the web they create, we will keep blaming ourselves till tomorrow morning. And in as much as we will blame our people, we will blame the enemy, not our people this time. Because that is exactly what they want. That is what they've been doing to us. Sorry for interrupting you, but go ahead with your view and your opinion, my brother.
Very good, very good. I understand you. Now, we have got this today. Now, everybody are not praising Abaribe because he stands in the truth and he stands as a man to defend his own people. Now, who are the people that proscribed IPOB as a terrorist organization before the Nigerian Act took it over? Who are the people?
Governors of Southeast and South.
Now, the thing they proscribed IPOB as a terrorist organization, is you know what the Yoruba takes today? You see where our problem is. So we never expect Yoruba or Fulani to come out to apologize.
Now look at the other side of that problem. Now that I said, when we are looking at it, when we want to deal with our people, we bring them down and deal with them. Because one thing you cannot be assured of is that all the governors in Biafra land are houseboy for Fulani. Are you aware of that? Can they give order to their master? Are you aware that Nyanwodo is a boy? Can Nyanwodo command Namido Sami say, in fact, Arewa area boy president, Nyanwodo can't talk to him. And so these people, their hands are crippled. We have gone to so many of our monarchs to make them understand the situation that stares us in the face. Do you know what they end up telling us? Their hand is tied. And so they can issue order for us to be killed. Their hands are tied. I remember when Obasanjo was said before Puta panel to give account of the Asaba massacre. Obasanjo ignorantly, stupidly, cowardly, hopelessly told the Puta panel, Charlie Boy's father, that he was a soldier obeying the last order. Who is the idiot that gave that last order for Obasanjo to also Asaba people to be massacred? Somebody is behind it. And whoever is not a Biafra is behind it. And I can tell you all those their hands are tied. Who is that devil killing us from behind? They are cowards. In as much as I believe our people are responsible, that is exactly how they want it to be. I was in DSS custody. Do you know, to humiliate me, they brought Abo man? And you want me to believe that Abo people hate me? Abo people are the one killing me? I will never believe that. If you believe that Igbo man is the one killing Igbo man, and then that is exactly what they want, and they win us, we will put our energy to expose them, and then we will come back home and we will deal with all these idiots among us. They are there, of course, we know. This is one thing I want us to be at the back of our mind. We should learn from Adamu Farouk. If I see a Hausa man, they chop another Hausa man leg, I no go call them bad. But does it mean they don't know who is bad? They know exactly what they want us to do. We cannot play to them. Let our people misbehave. We will go and cure their disease. The same way Asari is jumping up and down, thinking he's going to defend Fulani in Biafra state, where he does not come for. You think if they touch him unnecessarily as a son of the soil, they will live here? You think they will live here? We know our people, but our enemy must be exposed. They took advantage of these things and look at what they are doing to us. Like I said, sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead, please. Your view, very important. I want you to understand why we discuss here. I can counter you. Don't change what you want to say because I counter you. You tell us what we need to know about what you are saying. Go ahead, please.
No, but we are listening. But
go ahead. I'm not trying to ask you to change from your part, but I'm trying to say more thing because of our audience. Go ahead, please. Your radio is coming out. You should move away from your radio set. Your radio.
No, our leader banned these people not to.
Go ahead. Of course, we must not forget. We will deal with all those saboteurs in Biafra land. All of them. The Hausa, the Fulani, they are everywhere. I mean the Fulani. When I keep calling these three people, I know why I'm calling them. If Fulani is doing anything in Biafra land, it's because Fulani know that at the end of the atrocity, he can't write statement. Yoruba will write statement for him. This is my concern there. And I hope the next generation will understand what is coming for them. If they don't change their ways. This is exactly what they want. They will push our brothers in the police and the army on the highway to be collecting money from us. The Hausa Fulani will hide inside bush. They are the one they go to pay money inside bush. And they want us to believe that tomorrow we say, oh, now we they do ourselves. No, be we they do ourselves. Something they do us. We must find out what they do us and save ourselves as a people. Honestly, I go back to the studio.
Yeah, Mazi.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mazi, this is okay for the nothing one from Makadache Chronic from Warsaw, Poland. Mazi, like you are saying, Mazi, there are many lessons for Biafran to learn from the events of the war. However, the most important lesson everyone should always keep in mind is never to betray or sell out anyone of your kind. Don't be a saboteur, Branket. Don't be a saboteur. Because he who always engages in the business of selling his own people, even his buyers won't trust him for a bit. But what are we saying here? You see those the eastern governors, except Wike, but whatever that is happening in Biafra land, they brought it to us.
Let me ask you now. If we run DNA test now, that Nyanwodo is a Yoruba blood, would you say he has not done his duty for his Yoruba nation?
Yeah, Mazi
answer now. I love us reasoning it that way. He's in Nyanwodo, and so you think he's a Nugu man. What if we run DNA test in him now that he's a Yoruba man? Will you say he has not done job that Yoruba people should be proud of him?
Mazi, he has done it. At the end of the day,
you see, I don't agree anybody betraying Biafra is a Biafran. I think something is wrong. Irrespective of the name they answer. Anybody who opens his eye and betray Biafra have issue. Pathological issue as well as they have issue. Let's call the grammar short. And so that is why our leader, when he started broadcasting, they start talking about DNA. And with time I discover. Everybody has to defend the honor of his father's name. If Chibika Amechi is a Yoruba man, can you condemn him for fighting for Yoruba nation? Of course we will not do that. He becomes a warrior. After all, Ganiyu Adam, the one who used OPC to kill Igbo people, he's a warlord in Yoruba land. Have we contested that? But what I'm saying is that if you are a Biafran, you must rise up and defend Biafra land. But when you do anyhow, and we find out that you are a true Biafra, you collect money to do anyhow, we address your stupidity. But said so, there are many watered blood in our midst. You cannot remove your eye from there, or else we are gone as a people. Why men sleep? The enemy came and sowed seed of ties among them. Never send a sheep to fight a wolf. I hope you will understand. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mazi. Yeah, Mazi, like Nduku Okoro is angry. But I want to tell our beloved brother Nduku Okoro, we are doing our best. We don't have to blow our drum. A lot of things are going on the ground, like our leader always say. But
yes,
let's forget, we are under command and control. But like the issue of sabotage now, let us take it from here now. But if we take a cognizance of what is happening from Northern now, our people coming back, let me say, our people in the transportation system, like Ezewata, the younger, and the rest of them. But don't you think that these people are sabotaging us because they don't make adequate arrangement for security? Even if the police, we know that the police and the army, they are Fulanis, but he can engage our local securities. He can engage our local securities. They go inside that board. Look at the killings. Look at how they will lay our boys in the road, killing them. They separate them. Fulani, what do you call them? I will go this side, Igbos or Biafra, go this way, and they abduct them.
This is how this is how they work. That is why I'm very angry for them. When our leader was arrested and detained in Kuje prison, I want somebody to go and check every statement Nigeria media wrote about our leader. Our people, they were writing and saying that our leader has killed all Biafran youth. Our people were the one who were making such comments. But I understand how they function. Oh, Mazi and Kano won't kill all our youth. Oh, don't use IPOB kill our youth, finish. Oh, don't use IPOB kill our youth, finish. But we were willing to continually come out till the narrative change. But then kill our youth, then kill their youth. Today now, who is killing Biafran youth? In the first place, who was killing us? We came to exercise our right to self-determination. Peaceful protest. It's our right to civil disobedience. They kill us. But they are the one writing that Mazi and Kano is killing Biafran youth. So who is holding the gun? The person that asked me to come and fight for my right is now the person guilty. The person shooting me for coming to fight for my right is not guilty. Any Biafran you see betraying us is just like the person who is just a decoy being used by the real enemy of our people. I want you in Biafra land to check any army man or policeman that will stop you as a Biafran and humiliate you and maybe even kill you. In fact, they don't kill, but they will humiliate you and suffer you. Watch all of them, they are Biafrans. But watch behind them, you will see a Fulani man controlling them. And let anything go wrong, you will see a Yoruba man writing statement to cover the Fulani man. When will they stop this thing? Chima was killed in Port Harcourt, like you rightly said. Go and look at the DPO sitting on that matter. I say Yoruba man. Chima was killed, tortured to death.
What is talking now?
Chima was tortured to death in Port Harcourt because they saw 150,000 naira in their pocket. By one Fulani idiot. Go and look at who is covering that matter. Go and find the police commissioner, the police DPO of that my one police station. Of course, I have to stop here and going back to do
Mazi, this brings me to what Wike did. Did you know that Wike accused GOC, commanding River State, I don't know whether 82, whatever. He accused him of bunkering. He is so present. And the man did not deny it. I don't know if you watch that video.
Mazi, can I say something, please? I'm back. Let me say something.
Go ahead,
Rabbi. Go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Our honorable panels and the chief host, I once again salute you. Let me say on the things that we are saying, the problem with some of our people is that we somehow lack the technicality or the ability to negotiate. We are not good negotiators sometimes. We go and negotiate and put ourselves in danger. Let me say this. We do not expect apology from the Nigerian government. They are the best apology they can render to us. We are not even asking them for preparation. We are not asking them for compensation.
Now, if you see this issue of apology, it didn't come because anybody demand from them. We were like trying to narrate situation and say these people, with every program they are putting up to make you feel that all is well, they project it as if there was war. They never want to say people who are responsible for that war. That is why we begin to bring the issue of apology. At least if you fight, you should be able to say John and Peter fought. But they keep saying Peter fought. It's evil. The Bible says a woman was caught in the act of adultery. Where is the man? It's evil. When you catch a woman in the act of adultery, show us the man. And then whatever you want to do, we know you are moral. You can't be saying there is war. And you are calling Igbo man. Who fought Igbo man? Who did Igbo man fight? Nigerians should be honorable enough to say we killed the Igbo. And let's see how the one Nigeria will sweet for all of us.
That will bring them into very serious problem, because it's just like if you commit crime here, they will say if you admit that you have committed crime, they will give you caution and let you go. That caution they're going to give you does not mean that they have pardoned you. They just recorded it in the system, waiting for you to commit something similar to that previous crime. Then you face the wrath of judgment. Like now, for example, Nigeria, people are saying if they come and say accept that they have committed, the people that committed crime are not Nigerians, they are Western powers, and they cannot say they are sorry. Because they are still committing the crime. The crime is just the lies they told people, the world, the outside world, and began to suck the oil. They have sucked this oil for more than 50 years, of course. Shell came 1958 in Biafran land. That was when Shell came there. Shell came with their brother British Petroleum. Shell is from the Netherlands.
1958 was when they made themselves officially known. They were here before then.
That's correct. That's correct.
100 years before then.
They have been taking the oil. Now, do you know how much? Do you know how many trillions they have taken? That means if they want to pay compensation, every Biafran family, like Onyeibe's family, the family will get 10 million pounds.
What do you mean by 10 million? Rabbi?
No.
How much is 10 million? 2 million naira.
Eh?
10 million, are you talking of 10 how much $10 million pounds? What is
10 million pounds? That's what I say. Every family in Biafra, every family.
420.
Every Biafran family is entitled to have 10 million pounds. That's what the compensation will be. And they cannot face it. That is the problem. They have looted that oil for more than 50 years, and they are still looting. We are not talking about the gas. So if we combine them together, it's going to go more. So if they concede and they say, yes, we have committed this crime, then we're going to go for reparation. They'll go for reparation. That is what they're afraid of. So they will come with one thing and come with another thing to make it look like nothing happened. No matter how...
Rabbi, let's not forget that I've been there 100 years before independence. Do you watch our leaders talk?
I am not talking...
100 years. They have taken it to 100 when they were in nowhere. Before they shifted to Port Harcourt. They have been there 100 years.
Talking about the palm oil. So if somebody tell me, I am expecting them to agree that they have committed crime and say sorry. It is Arab. They can keep their sorry. What they should do, like somebody cited Truth and Reconciliation Commission during after apartheid, and led or headed by the Bishop Desmond Tutu and the rest. It was their case is different because some of them are Christians. Most white people are Christians. The blacks are Christians. We're dealing with Islam. We're dealing with Muslims. And these people can be able to sort out themselves, and they're still going together in the same church, sitting together in South Africa now. But the case of Nigeria is very complex and very, 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 very bad. That the Arabs who are sponsoring this wicked Fulani Janjaweed, they don't have remorse in their mind. Their mind is only killing, and their boss, who are the Western powers, are using them because they can't come directly there. So the only way we can chase the foreign powers out is to destroy those of their boys, that is the Fulanis. Once we destroy them, they will be handicapped. So they will be looking for people in our midst to use, like the saboteurs we are mentioning. because they will always look for somebody.
I think we have to go to our caller on the line. He has been there for some time now. Then we can give our closing remark. Let us wrap up this segment. And hopefully Biafrans would have been able to get the message live and direct. Can you hear me, caller, on WhatsApp?
Yes, Mazi. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much, Mazi. My name is Onyeibe. I'm calling you from London here. Mazi, I just want to use this opportunity to appreciate every one of you there. And I say I appreciate you for your good job, for the good job that you are doing for your mother's land. Okay, guide and protect you and your family. Same thing goes to our leader and his deputy and every IPOB that is working assiduously to restore Biafra. I greet those of my Biafran. Those of my Biafrans in the studio there, and then I said kudos for them for their contribution of everything we know and what they are saying to our people, for our people to understand what is happening to us as a people. I appreciate them so much. My main reason of calling is that Britain have left the EU. And they left the EU by 11 o'clock tonight. They're going to wrap up everything, and they've left the EU. But the same Britain himself amalgamate us with the Zoo, the Northern Protectorate, and the Yoruba. I didn't know who these people are. I don't know the Yorubas. I don't know the Fulanis. Even I don't know who these people are. A UK man called God and the Florida come to where my ancestors was living in peace. Come down there and say, you, Nigeria. Whatever Nigeria means, I don't know. The reason why I'm concerned of letting my people know that I am very, very sad. When I came back here yesterday, I turned off the television to see how Britain were celebrating leaving the EU. They were happy celebrating leaving the EU. But I want to... The main purpose of the reason why I'm upset more and more that I saw Tony Blair, the former British Prime Minister, Tony Blair, who was elected sometime in 1997. 1997, Tony Blair. Do you know that sometime in 2017, Tony Blair was interviewed? Tony Blair himself was interviewed. They are listening. The whole world is listening to Radio Biafra. You know what Tony Blair said about the EU? Tony Blair said that the EU is the problem. That the EU is the problem. They shouldn't be there for the first place. They should have gone out. They're supposed to leave. This is what came out from Tony Blair. You can go and Google it. The interview with Tony Blair about the EU, you can see it there. He said it in 2017 that they shouldn't have been there. But I want to ask, I have to put it this way. The British citizens, some of them are good people. They don't know what their government are doing. But we are the people that are letting them know that look at what your British people, your government is doing to other people, to the other world. You people don't know. Mazi, some of their citizens are very good. If you tell them what is happening to you as a person, they will understand your feelings.
In fact, the truth is that we understand. Not all Yoruba are bad. Not all Fulani are bad. Not all Boko Haram are bad. Not all Christians are bad. Not all Muslims are bad. But my anger is that because of one man, they condemn the whole Igbo man. Don't you get it? And then nobody has the moral right to tell me they are good. Because of one man, the generation of Biafrans are condemned. Igbos are thief, Igbos are armed robber, Igbos are this, Igbos are that, Igbos are this. Do they know this Igbo man? Have they seen this Igbo man before? This is my problem with them. And if they will have the mind to do that, I tell you without apology, I will tell you that all of them are evil. I don't know if you understand.
Yoruba land are committed by the Igbo.
That's true, Mazi.
Just a minute.
Mazi, the thing is...
Just a minute.
Across Yoruba land are committed by the Igbo. 98% of extrajudicial police killing in Yoruba land are committed by the Igbo and Fulani. We have done the research. All the police who have ever been arrested in Yoruba land for killing people unjustly and non-Yoruba, 98% of them.
Igbo.
The majority of whom are Igbo.
Igbo.
We put them in the hands of our enemy. Look at the way and manner the Igbo kill Demola. Look at the way a man was manhandled, killed by the Igbo in Yoruba.
Igbo. If they have the right to condemn a whole generation for a mistake or sin of one man, all of them are evil. All of them are evil. Don't you people get my own point? This time there is no time. I will start. Playing it for you. There's still Igbo, then Mex Igbo, then Pu Igbo. Who be this Igbo self? Does this Igbo man not have name? All of them are evil, both their children, all of them are evil till they come out and condemn their father and do the right thing. And then when we come for negotiation, you negotiate behind. Go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Mazi, there's nothing to be concerned about. Mazi, they turned the history upside down against us, you know. The people that committed the atrocity now become a good people, now become a saint. Like, just like as you said, the one now is a pastor in the church or whatever. You know, they committed atrocity against us. And now, we are the people that, we are the Satan, they are the innocent. Do you see how they turn the history upside down? But thank God for our leader. Man, the thing is, like I keep saying, if you come to face with some British citizens, the good ones, they will tell you that their government is the problem. They know, some of them know, some of them don't know. This is the problem. These are the things we are telling some of them who don't know that they are. Look at what your government is doing to other people in other countries. You people are safe here, but your government is killing other people in some part of Africa. Your government are doing worse. BBC will never take, they will never bring it here for you people to see because they are the part of the problem. They are benefiting from it. Mazi, let me last time here when Donald Trump came into United Kingdom, I was coming back from work. There is these two couple who were going to protest against Donald Trump, and then I asked them. They were carrying their black hat, and then I asked them, are you going in favor of Donald Trump or are you going to protest against him? They said they are going to protest against Donald Trump because they mentioned one or two things against him. Then I asked them, have Donald Trump ever committed any crime? They said no. In the train, this is happening in the train. Has he ever killed anybody? They said no. What are you going to protest against Donald Trump? They couldn't answer me because this is what you hear in your media. That is this, is that. You hear all those rubbish. And we want to go and protest against Donald Trump. He never committed against any crime. But did you know? I told them fiscally there. Do you know that British government committed crime against Biafrans in 1967? Your government have genocide crime in their hand. They have blood in their hand. They were looking at me. They killed my people in 1967. The 70s. Nobody was saying against it. Now you are going to protest against innocent man. We came and said that enough is enough. For all the evil your government has been doing, we come up to save people and you are going to protest against him. This is what happened in the train. They were looking at me. Everybody was saying, you know me, I'm a man. They want to be mad, I'm a man. So I have to tell them the truth. The thing is, we must Nigeria, no matter what happened today, we are telling my brothers and sisters that we must continue. We must hold Nigeria government and accountable. Those people that committed genocide against people, they must tell us why did they kill our people. It doesn't matter how long it takes. All the things they are hiding must come out. We are bringing out, and they must come out so that the people we discuss about Biafra. We want to know the reason why Britain killed our people. Nigerian government did not fight any war.
Thank you very much. Summarize, my brother.
Another country that fight the war. Mazi, let's leave it here because we don't have no time. Thank you very much. Next time when you come out like this, we call and discuss and talk about it because our people need to know.
By the grace of God, next Friday we will still be, this panel will still be here, these gentlemen. Yes, I will go back to the studio and my brothers from Armstrong to Mazi Nelson, Rabbi Chibuike to Foreign, this is the time for you to give us your closing remarks so that we can wrap up this segment. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mazi, good evening from here. Mazi, I still remain okay for nothing. One for Omaka. Omaka is the man that is in the province of Biafra and resident here in Warsaw, Poland. Mazi, first of all, I have to appreciate our veterans, telling them that we, the new generation of freedom fighters, wishes to say a very big thanks to all our Biafran veterans, beloved Biafran veterans. Mazi, are you there, no? Okay, I said we, the new generation of freedom fighters, wishes to say a very big thanks to all our beloved Biafran veterans, even our fallen heroes and heroes, for all their resilient efforts in preservation of our lineage. And we promise to achieve what they fought and died for. And we say thanks to all of them. And at the same time, our beloved brothers in Biafra land, continue to do the needful. Continue to guide your city. Continue to guide your towns. Continue to form your own unit. Continue to form your own volunteers. Because Biafra is almost here. We are telling all of you to remain resolute. Expecting 20 to 30 minutes announcement from our Onyeibe and continue to pray. Biafra is here. We'll meet again next week. Remain resolute and remain faithful. Those radicals, those fanaticals, I keep all of you. Your brother and your comrade in the struggle. Okay, for to see you. Good night from here.
Yes, thank you very much. This is Mazi Armstrong Omeje from the present day Edo State, like they call it. I'm from Uhiele in Ekboma. I want to thank our veterans as well, like our earlier brother spoke. I want to thank our veterans, and as well I want to apologize on behalf of those Biafrans who had no idea of what was going on, who had no idea of what the war represented or the genocide, who had no idea what Biafra represents, or who had no idea that they were Biafrans themselves, but they decided to stay quiet. And I want to also talk about just part of the closing remark about the question, what do we learn from what the present day Biafrans learned from the war? I want to say that one lesson we can learn is actually the unity of the Biafrans all over the world, both in the zoo and overseas. One thing that led to the failure, apart from betrayals and sabotage and all that, is that Biafra went to war at the time, the genocide. At that stage, Biafra was not united. It was not on the base of a united Biafra. A lot of our people were so quiet. A lot of our people left it to the southeast. A lot of our people left it and said that Igbo are there. But it's bigger than that. So I want to apologize for that on behalf of our people as well. And that unity, this time, whatever happens, that we united, we will have a united nation of Biafra, a united people, right? Either you call them, either they're in the middle belt, either they're in the south, as they call it, either they're in the Niger Delta, whatever, southeast, southwest, south, nothing, who cares? We are going to be united, all right? And I also want to talk to those Biafrans on social media who has this platform to learn and say, or who normally point fingers and say, hey, you're not a Biafran. When a Biafran says he's a Biafran, he or she say, no, you're not a Biafran. That person is not a Biafran. That person is not a Biafran. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and his deputy are on the front line day and night, having sleepless night, working, doing on the unknown, passing through difficulties, challenges, to make sure we unite our people together. And you now use your platform to point finger at someone and say, you're not a Biafran. Let our Mazi and Nandekano, let him take lead. There are Yoruba people in Benin Republic. There are Yoruba people in Ghana. There are Yoruba people in Togo. There are Yoruba people in Ivory Coast. And then present day Nigeria, you say that there are only Igbo people in the southeast. How can you marginalize and make sure that you want to try to make these people so minimal? So you want people to think that they are minorities. You understand? So I mean, our history has been so tempered with. We have to be united, right? We have to be united. They have divided us in the south, southeast, south. But in the north, you don't have anything like north. You don't have anything like northeast. You don't have anything like northwest. If that doesn't even ring a bell, our leader has said Biafra ends where our women tie 2 wrappers. You have the same culture as an Igbo man. Eat the same food, the same market day, the same festival, call it whatever you want to call it, and yet you say you're not Igbo. Do you know the meaning of Igbo itself? You have no idea. This is, man, I want to close by saying to people in Edo State, because that's where I'm from, Onyeibe, they have been calling you different names, changing your names, calling you different names, saying you are this, you are this, you are not this, you are not that. Your history has been tempered with right from the 11th century, before the Oba dynasty started. Please go and find out who you are. Go and find out who you are. Before there was Benin, even to the Benin people, before there was Benin, there was Biafra. Before there was Benin, there was Biafra. So Benin people, please realize who you are. All right? So I am, and they call us the Ishan people. I tell this today to every person who's bearing that name. Go and find out what that means. Go and find out what you were called before you were given that name. For this, I want to close by saying we must have a united Biafra. A united Biafra. My name is Armstrong Onyeibe, calling from Australia. I want to say thank you to my brothers and sisters. I want to say all hail Biafra. They have no
their monies were taken away. They scatter all their positions in the government. But today we know the history they passed through. We are telling them that we are together with them. We have heard their cry, and we promise them that we will fight this war to the end. That land they fought to restore, we will restore it with our blood, even if it costs our life. We put it online to make sure that our future generation answered Biafra and worship Chukwuka in the land God allotted to us. Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you very much. I'm Mazi Obimana Chibike from Israel. Good night.
Yes. Hello. This is Mazi Nelson Tukora. In my closing remark, I want to ask maybe one or two questions. It's about our identity. What identity do you think you carry? If the present Nigeria call themselves Oduduwa, Arewa, and Biafra, if you did not fall into the category of Oduduwa, or if you did not fall into the category of Arewa, what are you? You must realize that you are Biafran. Again, the same question, another one.
is not good for us. We must unite now to fight the so-called war that's coming ahead of us. This is Mazi Nelson. I'm signing out from London. Thank you very much.
And good evening once again. This is Rabbi Charles. Am I coming out clear?
Loud and clear.
Okay, this is Rabbi Charles. I just want to say this to our people and listeners all over the world. We are not here to kind of run propaganda, media propaganda. We came to present the truth and facts of what happened and what is presently happening to us as a people. The thing that happened in the past is that didn't at the present, and some of us didn't even realize what happened to us. So we discuss about the media, the propaganda, the media they use to blackmail Biafrans, to keep Biafrans on the ground, and they're still doing it. So we have to do everything possible to master the act of the media, like our leader said. Media is very vital in any event, even in war, in business, in anything, even in your day-to-day activities, you are shopping. Media is very vital. If we don't master the act of media, we will be losers. So my brothers and sisters listening to me, let us use this opportunity to make it as a stepping stone to do the needful, like what they are doing. When we look around, you see what they are projecting in all foreign medias. They never mention our situation. They never mention our circumstances. They just want to keep you mute so that you think about it. Even in the zoo, look at what channel television is dishing out to you. They are giving you all sorts of fake news and all sorts of music, and you go into it, fashion and music, and you forget what is killing you. So the moment we master it, it will be, when we master it, we will have success in what we are doing. And finally, very important, we are not going to go into defensive warfare anymore. Should it happen, it's going to be offensive. And this offensive, I'm not going to describe it, but it's going to be really, really offensive. Thank you very much for listening to us. Day one. Shalom from here.
Yes, Mazi Foreign, are you still there?
Yeah, Mazi, I've given my closing remark, but what simple thing I want to tell my beloved brothers, to tell them that we are under command and control. Whatever Onyeibe says stands.
Thank you very
much. When he says don't watch it, don't watch it. Whatever he says stands. Like he has said it, we should ignore those I don't know mushroom media in Nigeria and we are not interested in them now. What we are interested is in whatever he said. Like he said, avoid it. Let us avoid it and get concentrated on what is facing us right now. What is facing us is true and but give us wisdom to do the needful. Thank you.
I see. And then this is where we draw the curtain for this evening segment. But on that note, Biafrans who normally call to make contribution on Radio Biafra Extra platform. I'm not a gentleman, but I may have a heart of stone, but that stone does bleed. If it looks as if I antagonize you, I want to push your opinion back to you, accept it in good faith. Because I have one duty here. I have one gospel here. All must hail Biafra. I will never believe any Biafra is a bad man. Rather, I will look at you as somebody whose blood has been watered down. We are not bad people. We are good people. And I will never accept until I see the blood that runs in you. Understand that. And we just want to go home. They've made us to hate ourselves for this while. What did they do? 3 months before the so-called Nigerian Biafra war, they divided Biafra land into 3. But of course, before the war, when they start killing Biafrans around Nigeria in the name of trying to revenge Igbo coup, as they call it, Bender State was carved out of Biafra land, which became a region of its own. It weakened the Biafra nation a little bit. And then 3 months before the war, 3 years, 3 months later, Gowon moved ahead, carved out River State, which is currently Biafra and River State. Went to the other end, carved out Cross River State, which is Akwa Ibom and Cross River State. And the eastern region were weakened, Biafra land. They stopped dividing states because they saw a broad development. Moretola moved ahead, start creating Imo State, Anambra State, among others, to weaken Biafrans the more. But they saw it was bringing development. That is why they stopped creating states. And what are they doing? Killing us with AK-47. Who are the masterminder of this CFO? Yes, it is the British government. Who are their workman? Who is the devil's workman? We cannot be fooled at this stage. But of course, we remain grateful to Biafrans who see the need, who are waking. And you know you have to fight to defend your fatherland. Most of you will not hear your name. We never know you. But we know what you are doing, believe me. One thing IPOB is very good at is keeping record. We don't forget things. We keep record. Go and ask our leader. We keep record. And so don't think because, Judge Onyeibe is just doing what he's assigned to do. There are men and women whose presence has been inspiration to what I'm doing here. I didn't go to school. I know no book. I know be anything. Go and ask Ilu and I will tell you I'm a common block mother. But there are people's anointing we have robbed over. And that is why we are here today. Make no mistake about it. We are grateful. But our leaders say we don't greet anybody. Some are still sleeping. They are still debating. They are still dragging, hesitating. Do we join? It does not really matter people's opinion. It does not really matter. The more Nigeria delay the restoration of Biafra, the more they will bleed shame and disgrace. They are all mad already, but they can't see it. But one day in the nearest future, they will ask themselves question, did we really do this? Look at Gowon, when he was jumping up and down, Jack Gowon. I hope he's still proud of himself because his people now are being killed. That is what he bargained for. Biafrans understand. A lot of evil have been done to us. But they are not relenting. We all know that as we speak today, they are the gatekeeper of our land. I must appreciate our deputy Mazi for MEFO. One of the greatest lessons I learned from the struggle is the relationship between our leader and his deputy. It is amazing, very fascinating to see people so different that they become one. To see people so different, I say they become one. And honestly, I will not say anything tonight. And then any day we come on air, we reaffirm what we know and what we believe. I never know in my lifetime I will see a breed of Biafra like Mazi and Kano and Uchimefo. But here we are, they are here. And we cannot fully appreciate the Creator. It is not very clear what we will become. But I tell you, the sun has risen in our heart already. And I tell you, every enemy of light, they will be obliterated from the face of this planet Earth. We will not apologize to you, whatever we do, however we do it. We will not apologize for what we are going to do tomorrow. Our fathers fought a defensive war for 3 years. And you think you are over Biafra land, you are going to run for you. Let us hope that when it starts, you will be able to get to Sokoto. You will be able to get to Kano. That train will be able to carry you out of Niger. Kwademe hijelu. Nisha wakwole yo ne mwakole yo ebijeko ijelu. Nisha wakwole yo ne mwakole yo ebijeko ijelu. Go and ask your parents question. Go and discover the truth yourself. They came with lie and propaganda. They blackmailed our father. They steal our resources. They have not repented to this very moment. And they say we are stupid and we are foolish. But we shall see how the story ends. I will be signing off from here. Remain focused. Remain Biafra. And don't deny yourself. Don't be a saboteur. Because there will be no hiding place for you at the right time. As I sign off from here, good night to some of you. And the rest of you do have a nice day.
Biafra's Got Talent exclusive.
Oh la 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 la, Mazi Namdekano. Uche befo, Asimu Namdekano. Asimu befo. Mazi Namdekano, Ohamadike, Odogwa na Barizuwan, na Biafra land. Mazi Uchemefo, Dishike Nijikwafo, Ojo Fogana,
Uchemefo, Okobiama, Olumekelegi, Biji Tekelegi, Biafra's Got Talent Tekelegi, Isuru Keme, everywhere put our own wegi, Nonyere Mazi Namdekano.
Uchemefo,
When I see consistencies, I feel much relief, cause Biafrans really believed in you. And your commitment over our motherland, that is our only strength. Nkamere, IPOB Wanili,
director was in detention. He had to struggle for 2 years accounting. No matter the intimidation, he were running when again. We could be Jama for your jaw. Mabuna go in Bendy run a bagging buru. He may go be gid the jaw. Makimi hanging a jaw. Ibu Moke Jamba. Mazi Namdekano.
Uchemefo,
if on an American when I boy, as a cookie in the Kenton of fall, I want my Uchemefo, Toto Gaga Pop in the Polabo, a wagon yellow more be sick, and if I had the booby flyer, Bialele, I don't go to Namdekano, only see on the Polabo.
I thank God that we have you, cause you made us believe in you. You promised to take us to the promised land. Biafra land is my motherland. Namdekano, Uchemefo, Iyadikunu, Yabika Kola.
Mazi Namdekano, Uchemefo, Asimu
from the award-winning producer, Shaking Man Beats.